it's Leanne with Lovely Scrappin', and I'm back with another design team project for I Am Roses. So for this project I altered a wood box and actually made this specifically for one of my fellow DT members, Miranda, and she's Miss Liberty 25 on YouTube, you guys. I'm sure you all have seen her channel. If not, I will post a link down below so you can go check her out and subscribe to her, because you guys, her work is absolutely amazing. And this was really inspired by her. I know she loves that grunge and the texturing, and she loves the Prima Almanac, which is the paper I used in this, and she loves metal. I plan to fill this box up with a bunch of fun metal embellishments for her, and anyways, and this part here, I followed a tutorial by Rachel113, and I will post the link to her tutorial down below as well, you guys. She created this super cool look similar to this, using just the chipboard to put it all on, and then, you know, chipboard pieces, and then metal foil tape like this, and this fun texture here is just that mesh, that adhesive mesh for drywalling and whatnot. So anyways, I followed her tutorial to get that really cool metal grunge look, except I had to use cardstock. I cut these with my Cricut, these letters, and I had to layer them 3 layers thick, so it wasn't so high. Like, I had really thick chipboard letters, and it didn't work when I was doing my embossing. It just broke through the foil tape, and it didn't look good. So I just had to make them just a little bit dimensional, so that when you go over with your embossing stylus tool, it would show up and pop up. And then, of course, going over with black acrylic paint helps the letters to really pop out as well as all the textures. I don't have that what do you call it, metal embossing tool kit, you guys, so I had to like use just like whatever I had from screws, you know, rolling a screw down here to get those lines, to using just, you know, one of those eyelet setters to poke circles in there, and just using my sharp end of my stylus to like draw crisscrosses, you know, like a lattice. So I just kind of had to come up with my own way of doing the little textures in here. So anyways, I had so much fun creating that, you guys. So do check out Rachel113's channel if you're interested in creating something similar to that. I kind of played off of this idea with this. I just laid a bunch of foil tape onto black cardstock, and then I ran it through my Sizzix, or sorry, my Big Shot, using what was it? It was, let me get it, it's right here. Used this Regal Flourishes from Tim Holtz. I got this from Becca, Craftstock Cupcakes. Thanks so much, Becca. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun using it. Ah, love it. So anyways, you guys, I embossed a bunch of that cardstock and foil tape, and then ripped lots of pieces all apart and just randomly put it all over this box. It's even inside, so I'll show you that in a second. But I really love how that looks. And of course, again, I use the Prima Almanac paper to go all along the sides. There's lots of that foil tape. I did a lot of texturing with spackling, and a lot of spraying with my glimmer mists. I used the Tim Holtz mask and the Black Orchid Silver Lindy's stamp gang to get like the sort of a gray gunmetal flourish on there. And I used some lace, black lace, and then some bling I had in my stash. And yeah, I even used some distressing just to grunge it all up. Very bottom's finished too. I like to finish every surface I possibly can. So there's the bottom, and I made up my own ink or paint color, you know, mixing up a bunch of paint to get, again, I save it in this yogurt container, but to get the peach kind of color similar to the almanac. So anyways, and then just going on to the top here, I'll talk about this. So I used black flat back pearls along there, and everything after I put everything on, I kind of went over it with, you know, bits of white paint and gesso. So anyways, you guys, for all of the I Am Roses flowers that I name off here, I will post links, direct links to them on my blog. So be sure to check out my blog. I will post the link to my blog below as well, so you can check out all these wonderful I Am Roses flowers. So anyways, so I've used lots of R21s here and some gardenias that I've taken, you know, some apart and used the bottom layer of a gardenia here to put the R21 on top of. And did a lot of distressing with my inks. I made this little rosebud just using some of the Almanac paper. No, I didn't use Almanac paper, sorry. I actually painted white cardstock with that homemade paint blend and punched it with my flower punch, and then made the rosebuds. And then I used a little hat pin or whatever you call that, bead cap there for almost like leaves sort of a thing. And then I just fussy cut a butterfly out of the paper collection and covered it with glossy accent, and then touched it with a bit of gesso. Here's some wire mesh I got poking out. I know how much Miranda loves the wire mesh, as do I. She totally inspired me to want to use it. So I tried to soften, because when you cut it, it can be sharp. So I just pinched the edges with my plier tools to make it so it's dull, so it's not too sharp, so she doesn't hurt herself. And then going again, lots of spackling on there for texturing. And then here I used some of the Tim Holtz film strips, and I went over that with some gesso too. And then some acrylic sprays here and here. These I got in my recent package from Misty. Thank you so much, Misty. She's MB Treasurista. And then I made some more of those rosebuds again with the bead caps. And this is just one of the circles that I just punched out of the paper line. And then I used 2 leaves here from I Am Roses. This is one of my favorite R40s, I Am Rose flower that I just, I think I sprayed it. Did I even spray it? No, I think I kept it that color. I just sprayed it with a bit of the Black Orchid Silver, went over it with some gesso and a bit of the Black Soot Distress ink on the edges. This is one of those gorgeous daisies that was just like a green color, and I distressed it with some vintage photo and a little bit of black soot, and sprayed it with water to blend the colors in a bit, and then went over it with some gesso. Again, a gardenia. I think these are the G2s. Here's a rose I made using the foil tape on black cardstock and just punching it, you know, making my little handmade roses. I do have a tutorial on that, you guys, so I can post that below as well. And let's see, and then this is just from the paper collection, and it says from Lee and then to Miranda, and I just fussy cut these little letters out of the paper collection as well. And then I just punched in an eyelet there and then connected some chain. I know Miranda loves chain, and so I just dangled some chain here, and then it's touching just this little bit of crochet lace that's popping out in the corner. And then I just hung this charm and grabbed an M from the paper line and stuck it back there, so she can actually take it out and put it in a picture if she wants, or whatever she'd like, because it's not adhered down, it just pops out. And then a little key, and again I went over, rubbed it a little bit with some gesso just to kind of grunge it up a bit. And then the chain goes just like that as well. So that is basically the outside, you guys. And the inside, and this is a little, actually came like this. It's this vintage gold. I got this from, sorry about the lighting, you guys. I got this from Joanne, J.H.O. Clueless, and I added that onto here after I painted it with some, what is it, black, I think it's just plain black, pitch black, it's called alcohol ink. So I did a few layers, like I did a layer, let it dry, and then went over another layer so it was nice and black. And then I just touched it with a little bit of gesso. So I also, in addition to that piece, these were really bright, shiny brass gold kind of color. So I also painted those with the black alcohol ink. I love black alcohol ink, you guys, because it's just, well, any kind of alcohol ink, because you can really alter metal color. You know, if you don't like the color of the metal, then you can alter it. So that's what I did there, and then just went over it with a bit of gesso to sort of make it a little bit old and vintage grunge looking. And it just opens up like this. And then when you open this, this will actually, if you can see, hang nicely. The chain will hang here with the M and the key. So it just dangles nicely, and then it just sits like that. And then this, let's see if I can bring it up so you guys can see. So this is a flower that I made out of seam binding. I just sort of winged it. I don't know, I just had some fun playing around with the seam binding. This I dyed the black orchid silver. This was dyed using the, I think it was Cape Cod Coral Lindy spray. And yeah, I had a lot of fun, you know, twisting it and using a bit of fabric glue to hold the shape of it after I twisted the ends, and I gathered a lot and snipped the ends. It's kind of hard to explain, but anyways, I had lots of fun making it, and then I made this little jewel charm to sort of dangle below. This is actually one of those wine charm pieces that came from the dollar bin at Michael's. It came in like a little ring with a few other beads, so I just took that piece off to use that to dangle. Actually, the color went really well with the paper collection. And then I just sort of made a bunch of little connectors and stuff and put on a bunch of beads so it just dangles nicely. So just sort of like that. And then this is just a nice spot for a photo. I thought she could put in maybe, you know, a photo of one of her favorite pieces of work that she's created, or even a photo of, you know, her and her honey, or, you know, whatever she wants to do in there. So this I just connected a piece of chain. I just, you know, screwed in these little pieces here and then connected the chain so that it stays open. And then, as you can see, this is the Prima Almanac paper there. I did spray it with the black orchid silver, I think, and I don't know, I think that was the only color I sprayed it with. And then I added more of the metal foil tape embossed paper there that I created, and then just kind of distressed a bunch, you know, with some gesso in there. And then the inside has some spackling texture in there as well. Oh, sorry guys, a little bit of a shadow. So anyways, you guys, that was my project. I really hope that Miranda likes it, and I can't wait to fill this up with the goodies and send it to her. So anyways, guys, hope you like it. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye now.